Hi guys, this is Sidney. Right now, I'm feeling really guided to give you guys light language transmission, light codes transmission with some energy Reiki. I have some crystals that I'm strongly drawn to, and the things that I'm drawn to right in front of me here, the energies that have been calling me this morning. And I was out in nature just before, and then I was connecting with inner earth and, the Gaia, the Hollow Earth, or the Agartha. And ever since I had the major initiations in 2018, I had that connection with the inner earth, and they called me to connect with inner earth. And even when I didn't know what that was, and there was a reason and the purpose behind it because of the soul contract and my connection to what I came here to do in this lifetime. And so when I was outside today in nature, I was just walking on barefoot the entire way through. And I was constantly connecting my energy to the inner earth. And the Navajo came through, and the Native American wisdom, and with the wisdom of the nature and the flow that they held, and that the wisdom from Lemuria, that is in connection to nature and harmony, in order for us to further release the energy of negativity that we have been programmed with in the age of darkness, that is creating separation, that is creating conflict within. Therefore, it is creating conflict outside of ourselves. So only when there's conflict within a thought, we start a war. So that's what it happens within oneself, the war within ourselves, and the war with the other world, each other. So it's like this: hurting people hurt. The people who hate basically learn to hate, meaning they were programmed. And therefore they felt like they didn't feel loved, right? They felt unloved, unworthy, undeserving. Therefore, they keep fighting to fulfill that emptiness within themselves. That is the feeling unworthiness right now. And that is brought up with the images that they've been given or been fed by society from one generation to the next, and institutionalization, the school system, the work system, the entire system that is surrounding our environment is constantly conditioning and programming subliminally, meaning without our conscious awareness, using music, using words, using texts, using history books, using advertisements, using entertainment, using movies, all sorts of things, these ideas that is creating separation, that is creating such lag within ourselves. We constantly are programmed to fight for something. And therefore it is creating or spreading the energy of fear rather than the energy of love. And now we are at this point of having to come back to ourselves, remembering who we are, that is the nothingness. And so the message that came a week or two ago was the 0 point. The 0 point, the nothingness, the zero. And with that, the channel word that came was the Chinese word, or in Korean we say the same. We say air in China and in Korea. In Korean it's 공기, and in Chinese it's 공치. So kong means emptiness, and chi means like tai chi. It's the energy or the flow. So the air is the emptiness, nothingness that flows. So that is the representation right now. And with that also what came was another Chinese word is dim sum, that we know as the food, that it's widely popular or well spread, like the dim sum or the dumpling kind of food from China. Actually, though, when you look at the word of dim sum, the meaning of it, it's the circle with the dot that represents the energy of the sun, meaning the circular. It's like dim sum means putting a dot into your heart. So it's a light-hearted meal, just a dot. So that was the message of representing where we are heading right now. Just like that, we are coming into the full union of who we really are, that is the nothingness, the emptiness, and the dot. And this dot represents all possibilities, limitlessness as the zero point state, or the 0 point. That is the energy of the full in the traditional tarot. New beginnings, new adventure, okay? And that represents the Ascension timeline where we are now, that we are now continuously purifying the energy field to come to the 0 point. And in that, we experience equilibrium, is what I'm guided to share right now, okay? Equilibrium in that 0 point, and that represents the neutrality that is represented with the Trinity, that we think that this world is made up of positive and negative, but there is also a neutral perspective. And when you integrate the positive and the negative into the neutral point, it becomes the triangle. And that is the very first solid geometry that we see in the physical reality. Therefore, the symbol of the Trinity, or the symbol of pyramid, in that sense, represents this energy that I have been connecting to very heavily since earlier this year, that I mentioned from time to time in the videos. I was connecting to pyramids in Egypt and in other places, and also mentioned about the pyramid in the inner earth, okay? And when that pyramid becomes not just one-sided, it becomes the sphere all around in multidimensionality, that is who we really are. It becomes the Merkaba, the shape of the Merkaba, the triangle upward and the other one downward. And in multidimensionality, that spins. And with that, another message that I received, they had me watch this Chinese drama, and I pick up the word gang gao, gang kuai, gang qiang, which means in Mandarin, I studied Chinese for a bit, faster, higher, stronger. That represents where we are moving in the Merkaba, activation of the Merkaba, with the rising of the frequency that spins faster and faster and faster. And in order for us to go into that faster movement or rising of the frequency, we need to enlighten our heart. That is the dim sum. just putting a point in our heart, enlightening, very light-hearted. So when that equilibrium that is represented as the neutrality, meaning everything is just a perspective, and when oneness happens, there's no war, there's no conflict. Only the war happens with the conflict within oneself that is created with the thought. And the thought is created with the history of the mankind, history of humanity thus far, the history of the darkness, the history of the war, the history, meaning the stories that people created to keep people in the dark, in fear, in lack, therefore in limitation, therefore one perceives as limiting, perceives as lacking, perceives as fear. And therefore it has been anchoring the energy of the lower vibrational frequency that way. Now we are reversing all of that, purifying. And the next step is rejuvenation. And then regeneration. We are in that process. The early process is what I'm guided to share, and the DNA regeneration has just started to take place. And so what we are called to do now is to live in this present moment that contains the past, the future, but also the new beginning. So all the history that we know of the stories of how this is good and bad, all the stories of that and this and that and this, is all made under the notion of separation or that experimentation of duality. And now we need to start from the 0 point, meaning start from the nothingness, that is who we are, the emptiness, the infinite possibilities, in order to create and build the new golden earth, new golden age, once again on Gaia, on earth. And in order for us to do that, we need to dissolve all these ideas of what is positive, that is considered good and better and superior, and what is negative, that is considered bad, worse, and inferior. These concepts, these ideas, these images are imprisoning people, and also expanding ideas of judgment towards other self. We quickly judge based on what we see that has been manipulated. So what came up was this little, a lot of the reels are popular, right? So it's a short clip, and usually the celebrities, all these fans or paparazzi, they're filming all the private, they're trying to chip in to the private lives or the conversations of these celebrities. And there was one clip of these Chinese celebrities, because I was guided to watch this Chinese drama. Something popped up at this event. They were talking and someone had a facial expression, and then just with that quick image that was cut and edited, which is manipulated, we don't know the entire story. We haven't asked that person what that meant, but we are constantly assuming, meaning judging, creating stories out of that one single facial expression, that they're doing this, they must be this, right? And the whole debate is going on in the comment section, for example, that we can all relate to in this current reality that we're living in. And so people have different opinions, point of views, and they're crashing and clashing. They're fighting with each other, arguing. And therefore, that's the energy, right? we judge based on what someone says just in that moment. So when we really look at it from a larger perspective, they're judging based on what the person says just in that moment. Why do we do that is the question. Why do we judge? And why is it all different? Right? If it's a truth, it must be the same altogether. But we are experiencing all separation, meaning there's one truth that person holds, but everything else is what? Different perspectives. One is simply projecting outwardly based on the perspective that they're fixated on, meaning the belief systems inside them that governs their thoughts. And these thoughts are creating images, projected images outwardly. That's bad. That's good. That's not good. That's supposed to be. That's not supposed to be. They are this. This is that. All these ideas that are different. Simply everything is a projection of a perspective. So that's why we are working or in the process of expanding these perspectives through neutrality, bringing that energy of neutrality that is present in this present moment, that integrates the duality of the positive and the negative. That's why the symbol of pyramid or the triangle is now very significant right now. The Trinity that represents the number 333, the Christ consciousness right now that is aligned, okay? So this message of Trinity has come very strongly last year in March, and I kept receiving the message, Trinity, Trinity, we're gonna gather in groups of 3, the Trinity, and I didn't know what that was, and it was telling about this moment a year later, or 14 months later, 15 months now. So that is the energy that we are moving into right now, and the inner was calling for all the light workers and starseeds who are going to resonate, who are in a certain frequency that's going to be drawn and resonate with this message and transmission, to further open up their heart in divine love and to help you remember who you are. So the symbol of the spiral constantly came through, and also in my dream time yesterday as well. So symbol of this remembering who you are, going into your center, the spiral representing the rising up of the frequency, the energy. Okay, that is the message that I received with higher, faster, stronger in Chinese. And the idea of death has come as well, that I'm also guided to share right now through these Chinese words, because when I studied language, I was always very much drawn to the meaning behind it, the origin or the foundation, and I would always look up ever since I was a kid. So that was part of my soul purpose. And when we look at the word, recently they had me pay attention to the Chinese word. We have this expression in Korea that I'm about to die laughing so hard, and I'm about to die because I'm so happy. We have this expression and we use this quite often. And in Chinese, it's the same. And so there's also an expression in Korea that I have no regret, no anger, no resentment to die now. That represents I am so content and happy in this moment. So it's like in Chinese word, in Mandarin, it's 高兴 가오신 Sila, and then in Korean, and then the word happiness came as the channel message, both in Chinese and Korean, that we commonly use. In Chinese, it is used Gao Xin. Gao Xin means high. Gao means high, and Xin means heart. So high heart, representing the higher heart. Raising the frequency of the heart, meaning going into our heart center, operating from our heart chamber. That is we would say, the new brain for the new earth, in a way. Not the lower mind or the ego mind anymore. And there's a word called Xingfu in Chinese that is representative of the happiness. We also use this word in Korean more commonly as 가오신. And we say 행복, and 행 means it's like the way you do, the way, the road, or the path. And 복 means blessing. So it's that what you do, your way, the contentment is found within, the fulfillment is found within. That's the meaning, deeper meaning behind these words that we are using. And so with that was the inner fulfillment. And that we are nothingness, meaning we are emptiness, meaning we are anything that we can be, we are all that we can be, we are multi-dimensionality, meaning we exist simultaneously in all different parallel timelines or lives, however you resonate with that. Because the 0 point, that's who we are. Emptiness, it's infinite perspectives that we are constantly creating, and the reality is holographic in nature. So that's why we are constantly channeling, experiencing, gathering, retrieving our soul aspect, soul wisdom. And the idea of quantum jumping is coming, but in actuality, you're constantly doing so in every moment to moment. And this concept needs to be taught to people to have more consciousness, to help them break free from their own imprisonment. And so with that, they had me see this travel show about Batu Anu. And they had me see that about a few days ago. And there is this tribe in that area, in the islands, where they're like nomadic but on water, and they don't belong to any country, so they have no passports. So that's why they said they're not being supported by any other country, but they're just free flowing. They build houses on water, and they're living off on water and around the island in water. And the person who was in the show, a Korean guy, was visiting the island. He asked, how old are you? And then they have no concept of age. They have no concept of days, meaning they have no concept of time. And they have no concept of nationality. They have no passport, meaning we need passport in order to go to another country, meaning that is a very limitation, right? The idea that we identify ourselves as I am Korean, I am American, I am Swiss, I am German, I am French, I am Chinese, I am Japanese, right? These are separation in and of itself right now. We constantly see each other as separation on a subconscious level, right? My country, your country. Patriotism. And so with the separation, we are constantly in war with each other, right? Fighting, just like the Olympic Games that we are, using right now, that it talks about peace and harmony and oneness, but actually when you look at the system and how it's being organized and structured, it is subtly promoting ideas to win over, right? Counting the medals. And then that's the top, the strongest country, and the second strongest, and the third. And with that creates an image. So everything that we see and we use, there's a lot of marketing schemes and tactics. They do a lot of massive national advertisements, right? To create an image of a country, of a place, to attract people so that they have more income from tourism or something like that, right? It's a big business, the Olympic, for example. So the idea is not to test one's excellence through competing each other, but it was to win over. And there were a lot of fights and conflicts, a lot of politics involved when you look at the behind the scenes or the hidden. So just like that, everything, pretty much everything that we are living under right now like this. And in order for us to build new systems, new structures, new ways of living, we must purify these energies right now is very, very strong and very, very important. Okay? These concepts of positive and negative as good and bad. Okay? And with that comes the judgment, and with that comes the meaning one places on oneself, on others, on situations. So just remember that you are the one creating meaning or giving meaning to everything, because you are the nothingness, the neutrality. You are the creator that is. So what happens when you say, I am doomed, why is my life like this? My life is full of challenges. We go into self-pity, that is the self-victimization. And when you are in a place of neutrality, the process of healing is to see through, meaning observe, rather than deciding immediately out of learned assumptions, learned images, learned ideas, right? That's what is better and what is not better. You just want to simply see that as, how can it help me evolve? How can it help me grow? So everything that you experience in every moment is for you. It's for your higher purpose. That's why we are saying that, because when you have no meaning attached to anything, it is all to help you grow and evolve on a soul level, help you expand. You're going to ask this question, what does it mean? How can I grow with it? What do I need to recognize? And once you recognize what that is your limiting beliefs, that is the programming, you're going to be freed. The moment you identify, the moment you are aware, you are freed. That's how it works energetically. And so the self-awareness is very, very key. And therefore self-reflection, going inward constantly, is very, very important and emphasized. Instead of tuning out, tuning in. Constantly tuning in. That's why when you start to wake up or experience spiritual awakening or major initiation, your lives may feel like it's turning upside down, and you want to feel like you want to isolate yourself because you no longer want to socialize anymore, or go out and drink and party, or engage in gossip, and then you just want to, and we call it the hermit mode, right, in spiritual community language. One goes into a hermit mode, resuming, want to be alone. That's when we start to go in and start to rediscover. And the whole point of that was because we needed to forget. So the forgetting, the amnesia, is part of the design of this experimentation, or of your experience on earth at this time, the school of earth, that in order for you to remember, you need to forget. And the purpose of forgetting is that you are expanding your perspective now in that moment of forgetfulness. Because when we simply stay in nothingness, we just know, and then it just stays the same. So in order for you to experience the infinite, because there are infinite ways, that's why we are being called eternal, and the growth and evolution is eternal, is because there are no beginning and no end, the infinite ways. That's why we forget. And then we come here to grow and expand our soul, our light, right? That's why all these like ancient souls, or you are a 11th dimensional being, and then you come down, you move down, you move down. We have experiences downward in order for us to go up again. So it's the up and down that is the representation of the Merkaba, as above so below, and spinning faster, higher, stronger now. And that inner earth representing the inner wisdom, the inner power, the inner strength, once we ground our energy to that of the inner earth, to Gaia. Why? Because there's that frequency, the Schumann resonance. Okay, when we connect to earth in barefoot, that's the beat of the heart of the Mother Gaia. And once we tune into the resonance, naturally, when we are in nature, that's where we feel oneness and harmony, at peace, and all the ease and stress just somehow fall off when we are connecting to nature, and it feels very healing in human language term. It's because of the Schumann resonance. And that's the energy that we are connecting with, and that's the energy that we are being called to build on the basis of, the foundation of, for the new earth. And we must go to that state of equilibrium, the 0 point, the oneness. And when that oneness happens, these two eyes, I received the message of Vesica Pisces once again, represents the water, the fish, the eye, the Neptune, the watery, the flow, and these two represents also the duality. And in order to navigate through duality, what do we need? We need the third eye, the triangle here. Third eye here. We need to see with the third eye, dance with the third eye, heal. This one is going to heal. And to ignite that, we need light. And everything that created, the first creation is the sound, Om, the vibration, the resonance that created light. And so when we connect to all these frequencies and navigate through the dark tunnel of duality, experimentation, and we come to the light that is represented with the energy of air, the age of Aquarius, that represents the energy archetype of the air. At the same time, when you look at in the tarot card, the star representing the Merkaba. Activation, meaning you are just simply rising your frequency, expanding in electromagnetic field, meaning your heart is wide open. You're electric and magnetic at the same time, in equilibrium in the center as the one, the dot in the circle. Dot in the circle. And when we do so, you are shining and radiating. That is represented with the solar sign in astrology. The light shines and expands, love and shine. That came as a channel message in my previous video. So with that, we are now having to open this up further and further and further to dissolve negativity, to dissolve negativity from other people. Therefore, right now, if you are going through activations, initiations, and going through a certain awakening, it is important that you practice spiritual hygiene, practice clearing your energy field, because the cords are being attached. And so with that, what I'm guided to do is to connect with the energy of Lemuria, or the Mu here with the seashell. Huakaia takau wakakaia kakao kukua takaia kakaia kakao watakau wakakaia kakao kukua takaia kakao kukua takaia kakao utataia tatata. This is the energy that I was connecting to with Inner Earth early this morning, and the Pleiades gave me some downloads, some codes to further expand our heart space for emptiness, meaning emptying our energy field so we receive and contain more light from Pleiades right now, that is in support with the Christ consciousness energy. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some quick Reiki here. That's what I feel intuitively to do so. Atai atakakau atakai atakaku atakai atakau atakai atakatatai atakatakau atakaka atatai atakakatai atakau atakakai takakai takai atakai atakakai atakakai atakai aka takai tiki akatakai akakau atakai atakai atakakai ataki akatakai akakai atakakai Katakai atakakai akakai takai takai kakai takakau atakakai atakaka ku 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 wa ta 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 hu hu. Dissolving all negative energy, picking out all the negative signals and energies from your energy field. Tu tu ku tu tu wa wa ta ya ka ta 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 ya ta ka ka tu 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 wa wa, from head to toe. Ku tu tu wa ka ta ta ti ya ta ka ka wa. So I'm just going to use the selenite. If you have selenite, you can connect to it to help you feel purified, and you can purify your energy field when you're coming home from outside or before going to bed. You can do some washing with the selenite wand like this. Or if you don't have one, you can watch the video here, connect to its energy. Itakaia takakaua takakaia takaua ua kua tukua kakaia ta, clearing up your headspace so you can stay and go into center of nothingness, no thoughts, no images, no ideas, no attachments. Kutua takaia takataka takaia tikia kakau kukua takakaia takakau tutua tia katatau atakaia takakau ataka ikikia takia takakau atakau kukua tau akakaia takakaia kau atakaia takaku atakau atakakaia kakakau atatia tia kikia taka. Energy of Neptune here. Kutu atakakaia tiki, help you flow with ease. Kuakatia takaia takaka. I was being connected to the bismuth since last night. They called me very strongly to bring in positive change through transformative time right now for a lot of people in the collective. Katua takai takakai tikika, dissolving all negative energy, easing emotional anxiety and stress. Katai kikia katakau atakakau tukuakau atakai kakau kuku atakau atakai atakau akakai akakatakau akakau ataka ikikia kau kutua kakau akakai atakakau atakau akakai atakakau tutua kau akakai atakau akakau atakikia kaka utukua tatatai atakau kukua kakau. Clearing your heart space now to open up further, expand. Kutua kikia tai ataka, removing any negative energies that's been settling as a form of judgment. Kikiataka, removing all thoughts of judgments, helping you to come back to your center in nothingness as one. That is all. You are nothing and you are all. Tatia katai ataka wataka kiataka ututua kiakatai kikiaka ukutua kakai ataka utukua kau wataka kiakikiaka watata itutua wai ataka wataka kakau tukua kau watatai ataka watakai akaka watatai aka ututua kai atatatau atai atatakakau atakai atakai atatai akakau tutua ututua kai atakakai takai atakau atakau kuku atakau kukua hua takai atakau kuku atakai atakau atakai atakakau tukua kuku atakai. Just working on the lower chakras to balance the energy of the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, to be in alignment and equilibrium. Tuakatia kakao wakaka, moving all the heavy emotional energies. Tuatakai kakao atakai ego and fear-based thoughts and thinking in operation and images from your energy field, so you can start fresh and new with nothingness, the open canvas that you are going to create with new level of consciousness that is in alignment with the new earth frequency. Utakai atakau atakai atikia kakao atakakau kukuakai atakau atakai akakau kuakakakua. Clearing your third eye of any of blockages, dark energies, foggy, cloudy energies that is veiling. You're now called to unveil. Come to your truth, like the pineal gland, the Pinocchio. You are only able to do so when you speak your truth, right? When you stop deceiving others, stop deceiving yourself, and have that integrity and all of that representing in symbolism to open up the pineal gland. That is the light. That is, we are being called in the collective right now, and to especially for light workers to embody this. The earth angels, the star seeds are going to resonate and drawn to this energy that's being called from Gaia, the inner earth and source. Kutua kakai atakai akakai titia kakao atakai atakai akakao awai atatatai atakai kikikia. You may see the spirit of Panda or the energy of Panda that holds the frequency of the Christ consciousness energy there from Pleiades. Kuataki atakai akakai atakakao atakakai akaka, clearing your throat to help you be your truth, embrace and express your truth. Kutakaya kakaya kakao tutua kakao atakaya takakai tikia kao atakakaya takao akakaya kikia kakatatataya takao atakao atakaya kakaya tatatatao atataya takaya tatua tutuaya kaka. Kutukuakai atakai atakakao atakai akakai atakakai akatakai akakai atakai akakai atakuku atakai akakao atakakaka. Clearing up your heart space, opening it up. Kutukai akaka, opening up the chamber of your heart. Kutukai atakai atakakai atakai atakakakao akatakai akakai akakai akakao. As you open it up, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in infinite ways, infinite depth, the abyss, the nothingness, the kikiatakawa. There is so much love in there. Tutuatakai, you are the source of love. Tutuatakai, atakai, atakakai, tikiakawa, ititiaku, tuataka. Pleiades really supporting you right now through this transmission. Tuakai, atakakai, tikiakau, atakakai, akatuakakau, atakau, atakai, atakau, akakai, atakau, kukuatikiakaka. The Isis is with me. Tukuatakai, with the Ra, tukuatitituakai, atatatauatata, to help you balance the sun and the moon, the divine feminine and divine masculine within, to reach that equilibrium, to help that state of balance within, to become that nothingness, to become that all that is you, that is enough, that is worthy, that your existence enough, that everything else to help you heal with all those programming. Tutuatakia kakawatakai tikiakaka ututuakai kakawa. Flow gently. As you flow, you are igniting the light. That also is represented with the fire energy. Utuatakai atakai atakadusis. Tutuatakai takiatakao kukuatakai atakai atikia. Ututuatiti atakao. The Arthur, the energy of Arthur and Avalon has been very strong this the past month, since May, and now through June, and since a few days ago, the Arthur. The Merlin energy or the Saint Germain has been coming through, that my soul is also connected to very, very strongly as part of my spirit team. Tutuatakai atakakao tutua kukuatakai ataka ukuatata, the sword of truth. Kutuatakai atakakai atakakao atakaya. Kuakati atakai atata, the lion, the inner power within. The kuatutuatiki akati akakao atatata, the facade of a lion that was the masking, like in the Wizard of the Oz, the lion who always made people inferior to one, because that's the false power, the false authority, the authority within. When you fully embrace it, there's no separation of superior or inferior. Tutuatakaya tataya, that is the energy of sovereignty, of the age of Aquarius, the decentralized, Utukayataka, no boundaries, no passport, no territories, no divisions, no nationalities, no religion. Tutuatakayatakayatakakao, tutuakayakakayatatata. This is creating discrimination, or has been the enslavement, the slave history. Now we are all dropping that in this now moment. The thought constantly creates memories, and memories are our humanity's history. That is the old that we must dissolve and drop altogether to come to the 0 point now. To light up the third eye that we need right now. The Trinity that is connected to the heart, to open up the heart space, to bring in the Christ light to earth, to Gaia, to anchor that, and all the light workers to embody that, to create that tipping point further on. Utukaya takaya takakao atakakia takao akakaya kakakao atukukuaya. I'm just feeling really intuitively do this for longer than usual, so take however resonates and tune in. Tutua takaya takaya takao ataka ititiaka tatao atakaya taka hu 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 hu. Just picking out all those lower frequencies from your auric field, energy body. Hu 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 akati atakao atakai atakakao atakai atakaka hututu aku akutuai atakakai atakakao akakai atakao atakai atakakao atau atataiaka katatai atakao atakakai atai atakao apawawawai atakao atatau ataka Uakai ataka tutua tua 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 iataki atakao atakaki atakakao atakao akakao atatatata. Transmitting this energy of unconditional love. Tutuatikai atakao atakao atakakao atakakao atatatai atata. Anchoring that down to your energy field. Kutuatakai atakao atakao atakakai tikia kakao atakao akakakaka. Creating a safe space for you to heal yourself if you must, if it's necessary, if you resonate at this time. Kutuatakai atakaka. Allow yourself to cry if something is coming out of your energy field. Tuakati atakai atakakao tukuakai atakao atakai atakakai atakakao atakao akakao atataya hututuataya kakao tua 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 iatataya tata. Pleiades are very, very connected strongly with me now. This is the 11th frequency from Pleiades. Tuakati atakao atakai atakao atakatatai atakao kata 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 katakai atakakakao atatatai atutuatapai atata hititi atao atatai atata. Remember who you are. Go into your center of nothingness, emptiness that is nothing and all that is you. It is beyond knowing yourself. It is beyond discovering yourself. It is beyond growing, evolving. It's your own existence. That 0 point. And the source is telling me as I share this message, this may be a little bit enigmatic or too deep for someone, and it's okay because your soul will resonate if it's necessary, if you're tuned into this frequency. Okay, so you don't need to try to process or analyze, make sense out of this. Everything happens intuitively. Trust yourself. Trust the divine. Tuakai atakataka uatakau akakai atatakakau atakau kuku atakai atakai atakaka. Ututu atai atakakai ataka. Also sending my love to you from my heart center. Tukuatakai akakai akaka. Help you feel supported, loved. Utuatakai atakakai atakakai atakau atakakai atakaka. Ututuakai atakau atakakai atakai akakau tutuakaka. This is why only the level of depth that you have delved into, the level of consciousness that you have, can only see through. If you don't have that perspective or the consciousness, you're not going to see it. That's why one has to do it oneself. We are only supporting each other. You hold the key to your own healing, no one else. That is your unique sovereign power within yourself as the creator, as the magician, okay? That's the Merlin coming through to share this message. Tutuatakai atakai atakakai tikiakau atakakai tikiakau atakau akakai atakau akakai tuat ta 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 ititia ta 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 ta. They want you to do this in Gemini season. Gaia and Source embody this energy to a certain degree, at least. Tutuatakai akakai atakakatai atakakau atukukua akakau ataki akakai titia tau atakai atatai atata. Ititiakau watatau watatatatatatai atatau watatatatata ututua ututua kuku watatai atatata. Raising the frequency from your root chakra up. Tutuatakai atakakai tikia kuku watakau wataka. Hua 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 wa wa. Tuatutuatitia, clearing the altar measure of the past memories, the timelines. Tuatutuatitia ka watakakaka watatititititia tatutututuatatitia tatata. No days, no weeks. We are going to stop counting. Stop imprisoning ourselves within that structure, the system built. Ututuakakiata, we are going to connect with the moon, the sun, the natural rhythm of the energy of the cosmos. In the age of Aquarius, the water bearer, 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water. Utukuakakiata kakauatate, enlightening the third eye, the crown with the star. Tatiatakauatata Merkaba. Tutuatata soul star, the activation, bringing all your soul experiences, the wisdom from all timelines, all parallel timelines, gathering it all together in this now moment. So you begin from the nothingness, that is the infinite, all possibilities. That is the abundance that you are starting to create, setting the foundation for the energy of New Earth. Embody this energy for the age of Aquarius. Utukuakai atakakai atakau atakakai tikiakau akakai atakau kuku atakau wawawai ataka. This is the energy from Lemuria is coming through. Kutuatakai akai atakau akau akai atatai ataki akakai akukuaka. Ikikia kaya tutu alai ai 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 au wa 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 ai au wa wa atati uatai akakau akakau tutu akai akakau atakau akakau atakaku akai akaka Ututu akia ka ua ia tataia ua wa ia 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 tataia ua. So this is coming with the Pleiades light language together with the melodies from Lemuria. Kuataia takaia ka. If you're connected with the energy of Lemuria, this is going to help you activate your soul memory from Lemurian times and draw wisdom from the timeline. Tuakaya ta heya haya heya hiya ya hiya kaya ya uwa ya ta kaya ya. This is a melody that my soul memory retrieved when I was in Bangkok last year. It started to come as the memory as I was tapping into the Akash of the Lemuria. Uaya kaya takaya uawa itakai kakaya ya uatai. Ah, hiya, 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 huaya laia, kawakaya laia, heya, heya, kaya, iya, 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 ua, 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 ua. Heya, 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 kaya, iya, kaya, kakaya, ututua, iya, 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 utukua, wa, iya, takaya, kaua. The energy of DNA strands are being represented with the energy of fish, the water, the Kundalini, that is represented with the two spire when the caduceus, the serpent, that is the divine feminine, divine masculine energy. When it's in balance, we generate tuaka, we open up new DNA strands that's been blocked. Kitiaka kaua kakaua wawa. Utuatakai atakao atakai atakao kuku atakai akakao atakaku atakai kiki atakao kuku atakai akakao atakaka iki atakao kuku atiki akao akakai atakao kuku atakai atakakakai atakao kuku ai atakao atakai atakakaku akua kuku atakaka ikiki akao kaku atakai akakao kutu atakao kuku atakai akakao kuku. The Pleiades are transmitting certain codes for certain groups of souls in the collective somehow. If you are resonating with resonating with this message intuitively, this is for you, this particular transmission that they want you to receive, because your frequency is ready. The Gaia wants you to receive this as well. Takai atakikia takao atakao atakakao tututuakai atakakao tukuakaku ataka itikiakao atakakai itikia kiki atakao akakai aka titiatakao kuku atakakakao. This is as if I'm speaking in human language, but this is only coming out as light language right now. Kiatatakao wakaka, you intuitively will receive this. Kutuatakai atakakakao wakakao akatititiakao watatatia. Utukuatakakai atakao tutuatikiakao tutuakakai atikia kikiatakao kukuatakakao atikia kikiataka. This is for a very particular group, is the Gaia wants me to share and the source wants me to share. Tutuatakaki atakakao ataka hikitiataka. Do not force that this is for you. This is only for a very particular group. tutua takaia takakaia takakua takaia kakaia tikia kikia tukua kua kukua takakakau takaia kaka ukukua takakaia kakau tutua tutua tua 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 ia tita titia tia poa poa pataia takakatata tatataia tatata tutua tua tutua kututua tua tutua ia kikiki titia tia titi kututua tua tutua titia titia tutua tua tua tutua tia 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 tutua tia kitia kikia tatatau tua tukukua kua kua kititia kia kakakau kakakia kikia tutua tuko. They really want to receive this transmission for some reason. It's very intense. Ututua tia kikia takau kukua takaia tikia kikia. Open up your, clear up your ear chakra. Tukua takaia kakakaia kikia tikia kakau kukua takaia kikia. Ukukua kaia takau kukua takai kikia takau kakakau kau 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 kau. To open up your third eye, tutua kau 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 watataia takai kakikia tia kia kikia takau kututua tua 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 ya 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 ya. Okay, so the last part was very, very intense. For some reason, Pleiades really want you to receive this transmission to further open up the heart, to embody the 11th frequency of the Christ consciousness energy, to hold it in your physical vessel, anchor that down. So when you receive this, what I'm guided to share is from Gaia and Source and Pleiades is to go out in nature, anchor this energy down, walk in barefoot or stand in barefoot at least, touch a tree or hug a tree, or just sit on, just make sure that you are barefoot so that you are connecting to the human resonance of the heart frequency of Gaia, the inner earth at this time, to anchor this down, the so-called bringing down heaven on earth. The root chakra must be very strong, stronger, okay, in order for us to move faster and to go higher, just like that channel message that I received. That is what I'm guided to share at this time. So I have some messages that came out, and this is a lot of the transmission and activations happening in this part of the video today. And I'm connected to Lady Gaia, and I'm guided to really share this. She has been coming through just before the video, and I have all the angel cards that I've been connecting to that I shared on my previous video. So this is the energy. If you're drawn to it, connect. And the different colors, the rays here. And the message is, your challenges are lessons. You are loved and welcome on earth. So with this further grounding that you belong to this earth, that a lot of the starseeds and light workers, we came here taking on other people's karma, or the collective karma, to transmute and dissolve and transform. That's what we came here to do. And in the doing so, living in this human world, a lot of the times you felt out of place. You felt like there's no home for you, but it's time for you to anchor that energy down to Gaia, and knowing that you are welcomed here, you are loved here, this is your home. And the new earth is going to be a home for all starseeds, light workers, and hybrid children. And we are the frontiers. Anchoring down this energy is what is coming for me to share with you. So your role at this time is key. Anchor this energy down. You are loved. You are home within. You are welcomed. You belong here. You also belong here. is the energy of the light. There we are anchoring down, not the energy of fear and lack that we've been rooted with, where we didn't feel at home. Okay, so is there any last message, Spirit, Source, Gaia, Pleiades? The Pleiades are coming through with this blue ray of light through my third eye right now with the message that it's time, just simply claim. You no longer are going to resonate with the frequency of feeling unloved. You are love. You are beyond limitation. Embody this energy now. And when you say, I do this now, it is going to activate your monad. I call upon this Christ consciousness energy now, is what they want you to say. Affirm to yourself often, whenever you can, on a regular basis. I am the Christ consciousness light. I am the golden ray of Christ consciousness. I am this now. To claim it now, to anchor that down further and further in your energy body, to your light body, activating your monad. Okay, that is what I'm guided to share with you. So if you resonate, you can practice this, or you can download this energy or activate within your energy body. Okay. So this energy has been very intense. Recording this video here, and with that, I want to honor your soul. That is you honoring me, and I honor you, and we honor each other as one. In this energy of oneness, that is the love. And with that, I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm sending you lots of love, support, and light your way. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.